Okay, I hope the internet is strong. Okay. Yeah. We just wait until people come and we will see that button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just wait for a bit. Okay, there's someone coming. Okay, we will just wait for some more people to come. Okay. Okay, I think there's someone already come. If anyone's come here already to the live, can you just hit any button to let me know, or maybe just type something to let me know that you already come to live already? Okay, just say hi or anything you like. So today, basically, we are going to discuss the topic English as a second language in United States and ways to improve your English. And right now, so I'm going to start now. Right now, yeah.
We're a little bit early though, right?
Yeah, but it's fine. Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So hi everyone. So feel free to type in English so that way you can, practice your English. Don't be shy. Or okay, so Shada come. Yeah, so Mui, can you type in English so Steve can write your word too? Okay, so yeah, basically if anyone come here already, can you please just type? Maybe if you would like to practice in English, just type in English. But okay, if you cannot do that, it's fine. If you have any questions or anything that you would like to ask Mr. Thompson, please feel free to text me in Thai. I can translate that for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so right now I'm here with Mr. Thompson or Steve.
Steve.
Yeah, okay, or Steve. So basically, you don't, how you call, the way you call the people, normally you call like Mr. Steve or Mr. Thompson. Which way is the correct way?
Well,
for American, yeah.
It depends on what kind of class you're in.
Yeah.
If you're in a regular college class, you would say professor or...
Yeah.
But ESL classes are usually more informal.
Okay.
And so we usually just go by first name.
So like, how about the interview?
In an interview, you would use Mr. or Mrs. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. or Mrs. You don't call people by name or something?
Not unless you if you already know them.
Yeah.
But usually in an interview, it's better to just stay with Mr. or Mrs. Somewhat formal.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to let Steve to introduce himself. So could you please briefly, introduce yourself, please?
Okay. Well, my name is Steve Thompson, and I'm 64 years old, and I was an English professor for 25 years, and now I'm a book editor, a freelance book editor, so I edit books for people. And I have lived all over the United States. I brought a map along, because I like to have visuals. So let me show you on the map some of the things.
So, okay. I'm going to point to the map right now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Rita and I right now are here in Northern Virginia. We're right across from Washington, D.C. I was born in Illinois, not far from Chicago.
Mhm.
Then I went to university in Iowa, where I met my wife.
Okay.
Then we moved to upstate New York, not New York City, but upstate New York. Then we moved to San Diego, California. Then we moved back to Virginia, and I've been here for 20 years.
Oh wow.
I like
Yeah.
I like Virginia.
So where
a lot.
we live now.
Yes.
Yeah. So where we live.
And I like Virginia a lot because it's very international.
Yeah.
We're right across from Washington, D.C. There are people from all over the world, so it's a wonderful place to live.
Yeah, so this is kind of huge because some of the people might don't know that America is a very
It is
big, like huge. What that the word ginormous?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ginormous.
Ginormous.
Yeah,
It's
so
very big and spread out.
Yeah, it's so big. So okay, so today we are going to talk about ESL. Yeah, what is that? Could you please tell me a little bit about that?
Okay, well, in the United States, ESL means English as a second language.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is written as ESOL, which means English for speakers of other languages.
Yeah.
But it's the same basic class. And clearly a lot of people want to learn English, so there's a lot of need for ESL classes. Now, there are different kinds of ESL classes. There are ones that are more informal, like the one we have at my church.
Yeah.
We volunteer and we just teach 1 or 2 days a week, and it's free. But there are many levels of ESL. For example, you can take ESL classes through the county, a government agency, for 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 12, all year round, but it costs about $1,000. But you could also take ESL classes at the community college.
Yeah.
And that would cost you more money, $3,000 or $4,000, but then you would have credits towards a degree. So there's every level of ESL is available, from very informal to very formal. If you're trying to do the TOEFL exam, that's the test of English as a foreign language, you may want to take one of the classes that's 5 days a week all the time to really get immersed in English.
Yeah, so basically you have the course that you don't have to pay, the course that you have to pay depend on what you need, what level you need, what you want to achieve, stuff like that. So okay, so why is so popular? Is that so important for, like, for example, I'm not a native speaking in English. Of course, this English is my second language. Is that necessary that I have to, enroll the ESL class to get into the job or get into the college here?
It's not required, no. I mean, it depends on how much English you studied in school and how comfortable you are with the language. But obviously, people come to the United States with all levels of English. Some come and they don't have any English, and they start here. Others come with, 3 or 4 years, maybe high school English, but they need to work on it more, so they get in an ESL class.
Yeah, because as you know, because I came for ESL class every Mondays and Tuesdays. So right now the class is already over. I mean, for the last semester. But I found that some of the people that live in the United States very, very long time, like 10 years, 15 years, like they still come to learn English. So it's not good or bad to, so you can just come and, practice your English. The more, what do you call, like, the more practice, the more
The more the better?
Yeah, the more the better. Yeah. So for my personally think, if you guys would like to practice your English or would like to improve your English, you have to continue practice, not just stay at home, didn't do anything, or just watch TV. I think that's not the very best way.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to get in a group if you can,
Yeah.
because we all learn from each other then. And we can help each other. In
Of
fact,
course. Yes.
when I have my ESL class, I consider everyone in the class to be my assistant teachers. You know, we all work together.
Of course, because everyone is, what can I say, like, be a teacher for everyone. We share the stories, we share our experience. So I think it's very good way of education here. I mean, I have to say better in Thailand. I'm sorry, but yeah, but I think it's better in Thailand. But anyways, so you already answered the questions. Where could you find ESL class? I mean, even in the church.
Yes.
Even in the church. Yeah.
Yeah, just ask around. I mean, some of my students, for example, in our church, they come on Monday and Tuesday to our church. Yeah. Then on Wednesday, they go over to another church about 1 mile away because they have a program on Wednesday mornings.
Yeah.
Then Wednesday afternoon, there is a free conversation class at the public library. So people can go there to practice conversation. So there are many opportunities. Just look around and you will find them. Yeah,
that's true. I think first time here, I never thought that the library will provide you the free English class, but they did. Like everywhere here, they provide the free conversation class taught by the volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's mean the teacher, or I think not necessary to be a teacher, right? I mean, anyone that's native speaking in English can come and can teach you English. I mean, as a volunteer.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. So basically, you answer all of my questions here. So okay, let's talk about grammar then. Grammar. So let me.
Yes.
Grammar. That's okay. We are going to talk about grammar right now because I think there's a lot of people still would like to know or confused about the ways to learn English. Is it grammar really important? I mean, a conversation. If we talk about conversation.
Yeah. Yes, it is important, but I will say that because so many people are working on learning English, I think most Americans are pretty understanding about problems that people have. So if you don't say it exactly correct, most Americans will help. They will say, "Oh, do you mean this?" They try to help you. So you don't have to be perfect, but the better you are at grammar, then the more confidence people have in what you're saying. They can trust what you're saying more if you have your grammar correct. And grammar is the main thing in learning English is to make yourself understood. And when learning any language, I mean, you can have helps. For example, you can use gestures. I mean,
like the body language to help, right? I mean, the gesture. Okay.
Yeah, gestures.
Okay, let me. Gesture is mean like basically like you use the body language.
Yes.
Because for example, sometimes I have to say I am not that like 100% perfect in English, but the best way when I talk with American, for example, I try to use the body language as much as possible, but not that too much, But sometimes if it comes to like talking on the phone, sometimes it's might hard for me if some of the Americans speak very, very fast. It's going to be some problem for me. So I prefer to talk like in person. So that's way they can understand me better. Yeah.
Yes. And we also communicate a lot through our tone of voice. So you don't have to say the exact words. You can convey, well, you can convey through the tone of what you say a lot.
So this tone of voice, could you please like explain more about the tone of voice?
Well, it underlies all the language that we say. For example, right now, I'm talking in a neutral voice because I'm explaining information. But if I want to convey emotion, and notice how I changed my tone of voice. If I want to convey emotion, my voice will have lots more inflection in it. Oh, please, can you help me? I can't find where, you're more, there's more tone in my voice when you have emotion in your voice. Also, when you ask questions, your voice lifts at the end. So tone is very important in conveying your meaning, not just the words.
Not just, So you basically if you talking to someone, just try not to speak with monotone all the time.
Yeah.
Like monotone. Okay. Monotone means not
not up and down, but steady.
Steady, because like a lot of my students that would like to become a cabin crew to get into the interview, when they answer the interviewer, they use really the monotone, they use the monotone to answer the questions, and it's not like the real people talking with each other.
Yes. If you're excited, go ahead and express excitement.
Yeah.
Let me say one other thing, Rita, about listening to questions in English.
Okay.
For example,
that's good. Yeah.
There are two points I would like to make. One is if someone asks you a question, you can respond to the question using the same structure, the same verb structure. So, for example, if someone says, how long have you been living in the United States? You answer using the same verb structure. I have been living in the United States for 6 months now.
And it's not going to be the wrong way to answer, right?
Not at all.
Some people say like, if you repeat that, sometimes it means that you don't understand.
No, it's a good way to practice, though. It's a good way to practice your verb tenses. The other thing I would say, Rita, is that always ask. If you don't understand something, it's not rude to ask.
That's a good,
And there are many ways to ask in English. If you didn't quite hear what the person said, there are many ways to do it. And Americans all do it. I do it every day. I say it every day. Oh, excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't catch that. Oh, could you repeat, please? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. There are many ways to ask for clarification, and it's not rude at all to do that.
That's good that you have that point, because a lot of Thai people think that when you ask again or something like that, it's rude or is that mean. Some people think, sorry to say, but some people don't want people to look at them that they're stupid.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's why you are so stupid, that you cannot even can catch that the
Yes.
English or
Yes.
something like that. So you try to be okay. I understand that. I get that, but when you answer, you just answer whatever.
Right. You don't want to pretend. It's
Pretend, yeah.
It's always better to ask the question.
Yeah.
Always better, even in an interview. If you're in an interview
Yeah.
and your interviewer asks you a question and you didn't quite understand what they are asking, it's fine to say, "Oh, excuse me, could you repeat the question, please?" Or, "I'm sorry, could you say that again?" It's better to get clarification than to pretend. You don't want to pretend and give a bad answer.
Of course. Of course, that's a good point. If you guys have any questions about the interview, how you use the language or something, just type anything, even in Thai. Don't be shy. I can translate to Steve as well. Or if you want to practice, once again, I would like to tell you that just don't be shy. Just type in English. So we are not going to judge you, you know, that, okay, you type wrong, you are not good or
Right.
stuff like that. You just type whatever you want to type whatever you want to practice though. So yeah, so basically grammar is kind of important. If you go to the interviews, stuff like that, you need to know the grammar, not just saying like a word or something, right? Yeah.
Right.
So like for example, my friends used to have a questions like, if you use the wrong grammar, what is that going to happen in your point of view? Because your English is first language. Like for example, if I went to the supermarket yesterday, but I say that I go to supermarket yesterday.
Right. Well, usually people are pretty forgiving of that. They're not going to judge you if they can understand the meaning. If they understand what you're trying to say, then if you make one or two little mistakes, they're not too worried about it. But if you can say it without making any mistakes, then they have a lot of confidence in you and they know they can trust you and that you understand what they're saying. So it builds stronger bonds and connections between people if you have the language more fully.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, do you have any, this is like a very informal questions, like if you could recommend the basic, very, very basic grammar that Americans use in everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
well,
okay.
Well, I'm not going to recommend a specific grammar book because there are many good ones out there. But I will say that children in the United States are learning grammar from 3rd and 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, age 9, 10, 11. But they don't fully understand grammar until they're a little older because grammar is conceptual. It's the ideas of how language is put together. So verbs and nouns are ideas that children don't really understand until they're about 11 or 12. So it's a process. Grammar is a process, learning grammar. And I would urge any of you who are watching tonight to form study groups if you can. Get together with friends. If you know anyone who is a native speaker of English, ask them to come and join your group and be part of your group so you can practice. Because in learning any language, it's just repeat, practice, talk with people.
Yeah, that's what you try to tell us like many times. But so you could say that even you're American, you can make a mistake.
Oh, yes. Yes. And many Americans make mistakes in grammar too. Maybe they forgot or they never, maybe they were sick in school the week that they learned something, you know? So they go through their whole life saying it the wrong way.
Yeah.
It happens.
So you don't normally use like 12 of the tens, or just have to be very, kind of, I have to really use it correctly every time.
No.
Not just like that.
No, but it's a process, and I would urge you to try to read as much as you can in English, because that helps the grammar. The more you read, the more you can see how the language is put together. And also, of course, watch movies with subtitles. We watch movies in our class here. Mm-hmm. We've watched several good movies.
Yeah.
I brought a couple along. In fact, last year we watched The Wizard of Oz, which is a lot of fun. And you put on the subtitles so you can read the words. This year we also we looked at the Vietnam War to try to understand the United States, what the United States was involved with in Vietnam, because that impacts all of Asia as well. So movies, reading, a study group.
That could help.
Everything you can do, Do you want me to mention?
Sure. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I wanted to mention to you, I've been teaching ESL for 4 years now, and I tried many different books. And the best vocabulary books I found are the books by Cambridge. They're called, this one is Vocabulary in Use Intermediate Level.
From the Cambridge.
By Cambridge. This one is High Intermediate. So there are many levels, maybe 7 or 8 levels of vocabulary, but these are very good for learning vocabulary. They're really a wonderful approach to learning English vocabulary. Also, I wanted to mention something that I just found this year, and I wish I had found it many years ago. This is the best thing for learning English pronunciation. It's on YouTube. On YouTube.
Yes.
And it's an American woman named Rachel, and she teaches English, how we pronounce English. And she's so good at it. I'm so happy to find her YouTube videos.
Yes.
She's got many, maybe 100 videos on pronouncing English.
Yeah, Rachel's English.
Rachel's English. I highly recommend her on YouTube.
Yeah. So you can basically just, everyone knows how to use YouTube, how to, use the apps or, so you can just basically search Rachel's
English, and you'll find her on YouTube.
Yeah. So let's talk about, because we talk about that the Rachel's English. So let's talk about more about like accents.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people in Thailand still thinking that, you must have, when you learn English, you must try to be like UK accent. You must try to, what do you call, like a copy? Like I have to try to copy American English. I have to try to copy UK accents. So what do you think about that?
Well, it depends on where you are. You will adapt how you are speaking to the place where you are. You will pick up the accents by listening to people. American English has several accents of its own. I mean, in the South, people talk a little different than in the North.
Yeah, I think that's what people didn't know that before, because they really try to copy it, and if people didn't sound like the real American, sometimes they will get bullied, like, why you have the accent like Thai accent, Yeah, stuff like that. I think that people didn't know that Americans has also a lot of accents yeah,
Yes.
by the province, oh no, states that
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
live,
By
right?
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
areas or regions of the country. Yeah.
yeah.
In Boston, they talk funny up in Boston. They have an accent like this. And a New York City accent is very different too. New York, I'm from New York. Or
Not
Chicago,
not
Chicago.
New York. The Apple, the Big Apple
Yeah,
city,
the
yes. The
city
New
of
York,
New York.
not New York, New York, that.
Right,
Not the North.
right, right. But
Oh,
the
okay.
city itself. And Chicago has
Yeah.
its own accent too. It's just a slight way of saying things a little differently. But most of the country is unified by the media, by TV news. The accent on the media in the national news is neutral. It's kind of like California Midwest accent. It's not Southern or Boston or New York.
Okay, so is it necessary to copy you guys and then you can understand us?
Well, let me just say, for example,
Yeah.
you use the phrase you guys, which is it's common all over the country. And it's not required, it's not necessary to copy, but what you want to do is everything you can do to make yourself clearly understood. That's the only goal, is that you can express your thoughts and your needs and your desires, your meaning clearly to someone else so that they understand. So don't worry if there are a few little mistakes or the tone is not perfect,
Yeah.
or the accent is not perfect.
Yeah.
The main thing is to try to have the good intentions, to be brave about it, really.
Oh yeah, that's a big
That's
issue.
what I,
Yeah, that's yeah.
in our class, Rita, for example, I think that everyone who comes here and is working on English is very brave, because it's hard. It's hard to learn another language.
Yeah, I think sometimes they're nervous too. Sometimes they're nervous inside that, oh, if I say, is that going to be right or wrong? Am I going to embarrass myself in front of a lot of people? But lastly, everyone just, whatever, we just practice, we just talk. Like, for example, right now, I know that I'm not perfect, but Steve tried to understand me, Steve, I mean, he don't mind to, you don't mind to, just,
Yes,
yeah.
I understand what Rita is saying, because I understand her intentions. I understand she gives me enough language that maybe there's a little mistake here, but I'm not going to correct it because I understand her meaning. So
yeah, and I have to say, I don't feel embarrassing in front of Steve at all. Even I, like for today, we live with a lot of people at home watching us. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I just say it, whatever. I think you guys at home understand, Steve understand. I'm happy. And that's it. Yeah, so okay. Would you please give some like advice or any tips that you can give to Thai people or anyone that watching right now about how to be a beginner, like learning English, or anyone that right now give up, like, oh, why so hard like this or stuff like that? Yeah.
Well, let me just say that in the United States, as I mentioned before, there are people of all levels of English, and if you try, usually people will help. So there's no shame in making a mistake. English is a fairly complicated language, but the basic everyday words are easy. you know,
Yeah, I agree.
I am going to the grocery store after class. I need to buy some milk and bread. You know, the simple words, the everyday words you can learn and you can get by. You don't have to be able to learn all the long words.
That's I agreed. You just like start with the basic conversation first. Yeah, just basic that in your life use, like everyday life use. Yeah, and is there any ways? I mean, more that you would like to give an advice, like?
No, my only advice is to be brave and try. You know, make the effort because it will. You know, it opens your life to have another language.
Of course,
you will learn a lot. With every language you get, you will. You know, it opens your world.
Of course, that I agree. And right now, I mean, not right now, but English is kind of universal language. Yeah. So, yeah, why not? I mean, starting learning English. And the most important thing, as Steve said, just to be brave.
Yeah.
Be brave is very important. You have to be brave. You have to like, for example, when I was a little, right, like 10 or maybe 5th grade or 4th grade, we have kind of field trip, and then I saw like not American but foreigners that the field trip that we went, and I don't know, I'm only one who approached them and speak to them. You know, I want to try. I mean, this is a real story of mine. I never, you know, like talk about this before. But I always be brave. Like, I don't care. I just want to practice. Because if you practice, it's not about somebody else. It's all about me. The more I practice, it's about me, you know. So nowadays I can speak in English kind of okay level to get the foreigners to understand me. And I kind of get the good job, you know, the job that opened me to see the world. So I think just to be brave and practice, I think. Yes. Just practice, I think. So there's one of, okay. I am happy to understand what you guys said in this life, because when I was pre-screened with some teacher whom was pre-screened me to learn at them school, and said my English was bad, sorry. But a foreigner said my English is very good. Let me try to understand. I heard it, understand. Okay. Okay. She's trying to say about, because there's in Thailand we have like a flight attendant school. Like me, that I open like an online right now, but not really school right now. But there's a lot of place that provide you the course that makes you become the flight attendant. They will have like an English class or something like that, and they will judge you right away that. Do you know what I mean? Like, judge you right away that you're very bad, you so terrible, you cannot. You cannot improve myself because your accent is so bad, stuff like that. Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's different from here, of course. Yeah. So that's what happened that I share with you. Yeah. And there's one people say, Mr. Steve, you look very kind. Yeah. He is. Watching you make a conversation feels so warm. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what's the question?
No, not the questions. Oh. She's compliment you that watching you feel so warm, you so kind. Okay. Yeah, because you always look, I mean, so kind and so warm. Of course, that's why I choose him to come today. Because he's so kind and so generous.
Well, let me say that in teaching ESL, I learn as much as the students because I learn from everyone else. And that makes it very rewarding for me. So I like to teach ESL. It's fun because I learn so much every day.
Yeah, I agreed because talking about ESL is like there's a lot of people from all over, I can say, European
Well,
countries.
why don't we name some of the countries from our class?
Okay, from Germany,
Germany,
yeah,
mm,
and Poland,
Poland,
yeah, and France,
France, 2 au pairs.
yeah, and Scandinavia,
Yes, one from Sweden,
Sweden, yeah,
one from Pakistan. She wasn't here
yeah,
the whole year.
India, and
India.
yeah, there's a lot actually, and
Well, what about in
yeah,
Asia? We had
like
two,
China,
many from China, 2
Thailand,
from Thailand,
yeah, and Japan,
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 Michael is
Korea,
from
yeah,
Vietnam, and several from Korea,
yeah,
India, Yemen.
Yemen, yeah,
Ishrak is from
yeah.
Yemen.
There's a lot of people for
Yeah.
all over the world, and we came together. We learn English together without embarrassing like at all. We had fun together. We share our stories. We share about our countries.
Yes.
Yeah, we share about our countries too, and that's so fun. You know, that was so fun that you even though sometimes there's a lot of people that not that good right now in English, but we help each other. The most important is we really help. We really help each other. We support each other. Yeah, I think we understand each other. We just listen to them, and we didn't judge each other at all.
No.
It's not like in Thailand.
Okay.
Really? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to say something bad, but yeah, it's just like that. So I think this is about time, and do you guys have any questions? You can type in Thai or any word that you still confused or anything that you need to clarify from Steve or anything. Can you type from me in Thai, or if you don't have anything to ask, just basically type that you don't have anything, you say bye, or yeah, anything that feel free to type so we know that what is the problem that you would like to develop or improve, or anything that you would like to, need advice from Steve. Yeah, you can let me know. Yeah, okay. Anything that you would like to add for today?
No. Just thank you, Rita, for inviting me.
Of course, it's been a pleasure that I have you here. And if you guys don't have any questions, just type that you don't have questions anymore. Okay, let me speak in Thai so they can. Okay. ถ้าเกิดใครมีคำถามนะคะ ถามพี่มาได้เลยนะคะ พิมพ์เป็นภาษาไทยค่ะ แต่ว่าพิมพ์เป็นภาษาไทยก็ได้ค่ะ แต่ว่าถ้าเกิดไม่มีแล้วอะค่ะ รบกวนพิมพ์มานิดนึง เพราะว่าพี่จะได้ให้เขาไปพักผ่อนเพราะเขาอุตส่าห์ขับรถมาอะไรเงี้ยนะคะก็พิมพ์มานิดนึงว่าไม่มีแล้วหรือว่าอะไรเงี้ยเป็นภาษาไทยก็ได้ค่ะ เดี๋ยวพี่จะแปลให้เพราะว่าด้วยความรวดเร็วนะคะเพราะเดี๋ยวคุณสตีฟเขาจะได้ไปที่อื่นแล้วนะคะ she said I am feeling so enjoy to see you guys talk here. Okay, let's talk about the word you guys. You guys is that because I get used to this word. I always say you guys. Is that the root word to say, or
no? But it's very informal. So only among friends you would say you guys.
Okay, not for interview or anything like that.
No, not in interview. You would not say you guys. It's too informal.
Okay.
But among friends, I have 3 sisters,
Mhm.
And my sisters used to say that to each other. They would say, "You guys, you guys." So it's informal among friends or family,
Okay.
but not no,
Interview,
not in an interview.
of course.
Although in this class, I might say to the class after I get
Yeah.
to know the class pretty
Okay.
well, I might say, "Okay, you guys, let's open the book to page 42."
Mhm.
I might say among friends,
Okay.
but not interview.
But not interview. Okay. So yeah. So anything มีคำถามอะไรอีกไหมคะ ถ้าไม่มีจะตัดแล้วนะคะ Say hi from Thailand. Yes. Thank you ค่ะ มีคำถามอีกไหมคะ จากน้องๆสำหรับ interview ก็ได้นะคะ หรือว่าword. Okay, I'm gonna add one thing for them. The questions that they always would like to know that if you are in the interview, so the basic, not the basic, the best way to greeting the interviewer is going to be like, good morning, hello, hi. Yeah, anything that, yeah.
Yeah, basically a little bit more formal, not hi, that's too informal.
Yes.
But good morning is the best.
Yeah, good morning
Good
is
morning.
the best. Yeah.
Or if it's afternoon, good afternoon.
Yeah, because I always told my students that just use good morning or good afternoon. I don't recommend you to use hi or hello for the first time that we, you know, you see the interview or something like that. But I would like to get a confirm
Yes.
from the real American here.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
And for an interview, you normally wouldn't say, "Nice to meet you." Nice to meet you is appropriate when you're first meeting someone. "Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you."
Okay.
And nice to meet you too. But that's kind of that's introductions, first time introductions. Nice to meet you.
So this is the good word that you can always use with
Yes.
anyone that you met at the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
But usually in an interview, you let them ask the questions and take the lead.
Yeah.
So you would say, "Good morning." And then they will say, "Please have a seat."
Yeah.
And then they will start asking the questions.
Yeah, the funniest thing is that there's one student of mine that like not one student, there's some of them didn't wait for interviewer to, okay, please take a seat, but they just pull the chair and sit, and they just yeah, you know, I mean that they didn't get selected from
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it's good that Steve mentioned that. Just wait.
Let them guide.
Let them guide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wait first. Let them guide. Just you have to. Sometimes I think, if you get to the interview something, you need to study just a little thing about manner too, right? The manner is important in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, manners mean มารยาทนะคะ manners means มารยาทหรือว่านิสัยที่คือเหมือนกับเราต้องรอให้เขาไกด์ก่อนว่าเราต้องให้เขาไกด์ก่อนนะคะว่าเดี๋ยวเชิญนั่งได้เลยนะหรือว่าอะไรยังไงค่ะไม่ใช่แบบทำไปเองอย่างนั้นนะตกรอบหมดนะคะ Okay, so I think no one's have a question. So thank you so much for stay, Steve. I appreciate it so much for your time. Thank you so much. And everyone's here saying that I am happy you are come here. Okay, you are come here. You have to cut R. Okay. Okay. Kusama, you have to cut R. You can say, I am happy you come here today. Yeah?
Well, normally it's because it's a continuation. I'm
Yeah.
so happy you can say came because now we're
Came.
finishing. We're
Okay.
finishing, so you can use past tense.
Okay.
I'm so happy you came today.
Thank you so much for both of you. Thanks so much, gentleman Steve. Okay.
You're welcome.
Big thanks. I love your live video though. I love your live video though. I watched it about end of the clip. I watched it about the end, or this is the correct.
I watch it
about end of the clip. I watch it about the end, or I watch it about end of the clip.
Well, that's an example where I don't understand the meaning. Is the person asking, I watched it to the end of the clip?
Okay, I watched it until the end of the clip. I watched it until the end of the clip. So right now, it's good that you correct the grammar for them. Yeah, it's so good.
It's just that I didn't quite understand. So I would ask for clarification. I would say, excuse me, or I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand. Do you mean? And then.
So what does that mean though? If you read the grammar, like if you read the grammar, like I watch with ed about n.
I don't understand the meaning exactly. The person could be saying, I watched it all the way to the end. I really liked the clip. I watched the whole clip.
Okay. And
then I understand that.
Oh, wow. So that affects a lot. If you, sometimes it's kind of, sometimes it's,
It's okay to make mistakes.
It's okay, but that we learn that sometimes if we use the wrong grammar, so the person can, like didn't understand you clearly. So that's why you need to study the grammar as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you said that to me in the United States, I would not just walk away. I would say, oh, don't quite understand. Do you mean, and then I would ask you to explain a little more. So always make the effort, try. Don't worry about making mistakes. You make a few, everyone makes a few mistakes.
Yes. How about glad to know you in the interview, I think?
No, normally in American English, we would say, it was nice to meet you at the end. That's a very good question, though. At the end of the interview, you would say, thank you for the interview. It was very nice to meet you.
But glad to know you, no.
Glad to know you is slightly different. It's a little old-fashioned, and glad to know you. It's just not used very much anymore.
Right.
It's much more common to say, it was so nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Sure.
It was so nice to meet you.
I am pleased to meet you. I am pleased to meet you.
Yes, that is at the beginning when you first meet the person. You can say, oh, nice to meet you. I'm pleased to meet you. Now, pleased is common in other languages also, the expression. So I understand, it's fine to say, pleased to meet you, nice to meet you, means the same thing. But at the end, when you're leaving, you would just say, it was so nice to meet you.
Okay.
You wouldn't say, I was pleased to meet you at the end.
Not at the end.
But only at the beginning.
Oh, that's the new knowledge, though. So I am pleased to meet you. It's not
at the beginning.
It's not at the end. You can use from the beginning of the interview, though.
Yeah,
like
at
that.
The beginning.
Okay.
I'm pleased to meet you, or it's nice to meet you.
Yeah. Which accents between British and American do you think that's easy to catch up for Asian people, in your opinion?
Well, let me say that there's not a huge, well, the difference is not as big as you may think. For example, I was just over in Scotland and England, and there were only a couple of times where the Scottish people, when they were talking fast, I didn't know anything they were saying. It was English.
Yeah.
It was English, but I couldn't understand because they were talking fast and Scottish brogue and very heavy accent. I think that generally British English and American English are moving closer together, though. And it really doesn't matter. I have a friend from Australia who still has his Australian accent, and he lived in the United States for 25 years, but he kept a lot of his Australian accent. But nobody cared. It was okay because we knew Tony, you know, hey, he's got a little accent, no big deal.
Yeah.
So you should, I think you should learn it the way that your teacher speaks, whoever your main teacher is.
Yes.
Learn it that way, and then you can always adapt.
Yeah, but oh, I'm sorry, you need to go somewhere.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but she mentioned that that's for her to practice listening or something. Mm-hmm. But as Speaks said that it depends and it's based for the clips that she learned, right? Mm-hmm. I think what you're missing here is like, I think everyone's in Thailand. Most of the people, not most, but we're Thai, so we have Thai accents. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, like the people from India, they have Indian accent. Mm-hmm. So that we have our own, in my opinion, though, I don't know what you think, but I think a lot of people from my class, they have own English accents,
and it's okay.
And it's okay, and we can understand them very, very well, no matter they learn from American or they learn from British people.
Yes,
doesn't matter.
No, there are many, many people in the United States who have a heavy Spanish accent, and we just get used to it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Rita. Is your accent, is it more British or American, would you say?
I think more American.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
I would say Thai.
Mix. The Thai, yeah.
Gotcha. So it's doesn't matter that much as long as you can use the tone of voice, as he said, mm-hmm. the tone of voice. Like the ending sound, or how do you use the correct, the sentence, or the subject, or the thing, the intention, right, that you would like to say. So yeah, I think accent doesn't like matter that much. Yeah. So okay, thanks Steve. Thanks Steve to be here. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Steve, for coming to teach us here today. Hope you will come in another time more. Oh, I don't want to bother him, okay? And more. And I will waiting for you because I can understand your accent. That makes me feel so good. I am setting. Okay. See first in my page. Hope to see you make a conversation with me in the next time. Okay. Good night. I wish I were there with me and Steve. I love this show. It's really good talk in English. Okay, that's why I choose him though. He's my professor, okay? Thank you. Okay, thanks Steve for the good English conversation here, and I can't wait to see for the next show. Okay, so thank you everyone, and okay, I hope today you will, what you call, like, I hope they will get the knowledge. No, what you call, like, I hope you get something from today.
Yes, exactly. I hope you got.
I hope you guys get something from today, or I hope you guys learn something from today. And thank you so much for Steve, for your time, and thank you everyone for
Okay.
watching us today. I hope you keep up learning with English, and please don't give up. And yeah, maybe we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.